Tattva. From his life, there are many learnings, and he was so dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, you reach back, Dolamani Prabhu and Suman.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Good. But it was very inspirational to see that you did not miss any class. Manish was telling that you were also joining from the journey, from the train yesterday. Okay, let us begin because there is so much to discuss, but we have very little time. The Srivas Thakur's life can be discussed in many episodes. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacted all of his major pastimes in Navdev in Shiva's house. So much favor was given to Shiva's Pandit. Who can estimate his fortune, his privilege? He was so dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu stayed in his house. And Mahaprabhu chose to make his house his headquarters. Okay, let us begin. Om Ajnanatirmiranyasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamrupa Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitantam Sadevam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Rapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shimano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshana. So whenever we begin to connect with Krishna, or we want to serve Krishna, what is the process? If we have to connect with Krishna, if we have to serve Krishna, what we have to do? We have to chant his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And to be able to chant, we have to first recite the Panchatattva mantra. Because in our chanting, our attention and our focus is not there. Otherwise, it is an offense. To be inattentive while chanting or to maintain so many material attachments. What to do? We are wanting to chant also, and we are not having our attention, and we are not able to give up our material attachment also. So what is the remedy? The remedy is to glorify these 5 personalities. The Panchatattvam Atmakam Krishna. So this Panchatattva, Sri Krishna is Bhakta Rupa. Panchatattvam Atmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa. So the Supreme Lord, he is not declaring himself as the Supreme. What is he taking the position? His position is Rupa. Rupa means he is taking the position of a devotee, Bhakta Rupa. And Swarupa of that Bhakta is being accepted by Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu is also not taking the position of a Balaram. He is taking the humble position of becoming a devotee of a devotee. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking the position of a devotee, and Nityananda Prabhu is taking the position of the servant of the devotee. He is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead. And Bhaktavatar. Bhaktavatar is Advaitacharya, is Mahavishnu. It is taking the incarnation of a devotee. And Bhaktakhyam. Akhyam is very confidential position of an actual devotee, pure devotee. And who is that? That is Srivas Thakur. And what is the identity of Srivas Thakur? That he is the same personality who is Narad Muni. So Narad Muni in Chaitanya Lila, in God Lila, he has appeared as Srivas Thakur. Narad Muni is the Satyabhish avatar. He has the Shakti of giving bhakti to anyone and everyone. He is the incarnation of Bhakti Shakti. And very interestingly, I was discussing today in the morning with Rishi Kumar. Somehow my class did not happen today also. Because one senior Prabhupada disciple, GPC, Vidya Chaitanya Prabhu, who came from Mayapur, so Prabhuji gave the class, so I was hearing. So we were discussing that the same Narad Muni, who is in the renounced order of Krishna Lila. And Krishna takes the position of a Grihastha. He marries 16,108 queens and he lives in a very opulent way in Dwarka. When Narad Muni wanted to enter into the arena of Ras, the Ras Lila, he was not permitted. It's a very nice, interesting story I heard. Not story, the reality. It is mentioned in the Vedic scriptures. That Narad Muni was feeling so much of intense desire to be able to have the audience, to have darshan of Krishna in Vrindavan. So he searched. There are Vadashvana, there are 12 forests. These are the 12 principal forests. And there are thousands of Upavana. We have hardly seen Vrindavan. Vrindavan means, Braja means that there are 12 forests, 12 principal forests. And there are thousands and thousands of sub-forests of Upavana. So he wanted to take darshan of Krishna. He wanted to see Lala. And he searched from one forest to another forest, from one vana to another vana, from one Upavana to another vana. And he became exhausted, but he could not find Krishna anywhere. He is what? Narad Muni is a brahmachari. An akhanda brahmachari is a lifelong celibate. So he gets exhausted, he gets disappointed, he gets rejected. And he sits on the bank of Yamuna, meditating on Krishna. That the purpose of my coming here is to have your audience, my Lord. I'm not able to find you anywhere. So what should I do? What can I do? Please help. A very good Dharma Guru is teaching us. Many times we are lost by our own effort, by our own ability. We want to make things happen. But in spiritual life, we have to learn the art of depending on Krishna. Both working for Krishna and depending on Krishna. This independent mindset that we have is to be gradually dissolved. Because this is what this independent mindset is the strong representation of our false ego. And this false ego does not allow us to submit to Krishna. And all the sufferings and all the pain is there because we are guided by this false ego. It's inside. One devotee compared false ego to Kaliya. And Kaliya is to be subdued by Krishna. Yashomati Nandana Brajavaranagar Gokula Nandana. And what is the line? Kaliya Damana Vidhana. Vidhan means the process. Now what is the process? That Kaliya has to be subdued. That false ego has to be smashed. So the real ego or the false ego, the Nandani has no false ego, he has the real ego. What is the real ego? He is the servant of Krishna. So he was meditating, he was praying to Krishna, and all of a sudden what he saw the sound. So he heard the sound of the tinkling of the ankle bells. And that tinkling sound became very prominent. It became very close. So he could not meditate. He opened his eyes. And what he saw a very beautiful gopi just near to her. And he's a brahmachari. But the Bhagavad Maharaj was very nicely explaining. But what he did, after seeing that young gopi, that young milkmaid, his consciousness was attracted and absorbed. To cut the long story short, because we have less time. So this girl inquires, and she said that my mother has sent you. That she told me that one Baba has come in our village. So I have come to offer you some prasad. Please accept the prasad. And now he said that my prasad is to have the audience of that blue boy. I have come here to meet that blue boy. And Sham, Gopal. If you can help me to meet him, then I will accept. That should be our focus. That we had full focus. And the girl says, yes, I know the boy you are looking for. And I can make you meet him. First have this prasad. So she wins the confidence of Narad Muni, feeds him, and tells him to follow her. And gradually she leads Narad Muni to come to a pond. But Naradi Kunda, when we were doing Govardhan Parikma, you remember there was Narad Muni. And this girl tells Narad Muni that now you can see Kana here, you can see Krishna here. Narad Muni said, but I don't see him anywhere. You can't see Baba, I can see him right here. So she tells Narad that you close your eyes on the bank of the pond. Narad Muni closes the eye. She keeps her palm on his head and pushes Narad in the pond. And Narad Muni falls in the pond, splashed, submerging in water. And when he comes out, it's transformed. He is no longer Narad. He has become Naradi Gopi. And as soon as he becomes Naradi Gopi, he is given the divine vision. He can see Krishna. And what he sees, that Krishna is performing ras dance. So as a gopi, she also shows keenness and enthusiasm to participate and dance with Krishna. But this Lali, this young girl, she holds Naradi Gopi and says, you are not permitted. You can only be a viewer. You cannot participate in the dance. He felt very bad. What is this? I have transformed myself to become a gopi, but still I am not permitted. Narada decided that the next life we will see to it that the ras is performed. And he does such bhakti and he distributes, he propagates the glories of Lord in the entire creation so much. The Lord is so pleased that this Narad Muni becomes as Srivas Pandit. And in his house, his Srivas Angan is a place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day performs. So this Nam Sankirtan is not different from Rasa dance. That is the glory of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur's family, he is the son of Sri Jaldhar Pandit, who is a very high class Brahmana. He was not born in Navdeep actually. He took birth in a place in Bangladesh called Silhat, that is also called Srihat. And Jaldhar Pandit used to reside there is five sons. Jaldhar Pandit had five sons. The eldest was Nalin, next was Shivas, then was Shripati, Srinidhi, and Sriram. There were five brothers. Nalin, being the eldest, was married, but just after marriage, he passed away. So the family was very devastated, and Jaldhar Pandit decided to shift from Silhat to come to Sridham Mayapur. And when they came to Mayapur, they stayed in a place which was near to Jagannath Mishra's. The appearance date of Srivas Pandit is at least 30 years prior to the advent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's very similar in nature. Almost the same age of his father, Jagannath Mishra. And he became friends with Jagannath Mishra. And before Nimai appeared, before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he would associate with Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur. And all the brothers, the four brothers who survived, apart from Nalin, Pandit who passed away, they would perform everyday Sankirtan in their house. It is not that, out of nowhere, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu selected Srivas Anand to be the headquarters. That was the reason. The reason was because these brothers were always absorbed in performing Sankirtan. So every day in the evening, the four brothers and these Vaishnavas, they would meet. In the morning, they would hear the classes of Sri Advaita Acharya. In the evening, they would perform Kirtan and they would pray along with Advaita Acharya, Haridas Prabhu, for his Supreme Lord to descend. So in this way, years passed. And on the call of Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, Srivas, and others, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Srinath Mayapur. And after initial years, he was showing so much of erudite scholarship. Nimai was a very extraordinary student life. He first went to the school of Gangadas Pandit, who was a Vaishnava. And very quickly he mastered everything. And after 7 or 8 years of study, he started his own school. Just imagine. You are going to school, and after 6-7 years of study, when you come to class 5 or 6, you open your own school. Is it possible? Have you ever heard any student doing that? Class 5 student or class 6 student opening his own school and teaching? It has never happened. That Vidya Vilas, my Pandit or Lord Chaitanya, his role of Nimai Pandit, he was a very, very big scholar, a very renowned scholar. And at this young age, he would be able to argue and defeat anyone who would come to contest with him. And he used to always wander with his students. So Srivas Pandit had a desire, and so had other Vaishnavas like Advaita Acharya and Haridas, Murari Gupta. They all wanted that if Nimai could become Guru, then they would defeat all Nimayas, all the Shaktas, all the Shaivites, all those who were antagonists and atheists. Everyone would become a devotee if they can make one person a devotee. They were praying. So one day it happened that Nimai was coming from his school along with his students. And Srivas was also coming from the other way crossing. Chaitanya Bhagavat gives a very good discourse of what the first communication happened. Is it visible on the screen?
Yes.
So Nimai Pandit, he used to flaunt. You understand the word flaunt? Flaunt means to show or to impress upon everyone that how big a scholar he is. And he would very mercilessly defeat anyone and everyone in the Navadip area. स्वभावे चंचल पाद्युर वर्ण संगे बहु डोलाय प्रभु आसनिया रंगे. As the restless natured Lord walked through along with the student, his arms swung back and forth. देव पाठे आसेना पंडित श्रीवास प्रभु देखी मात्र तारा लैला महार. By providence, Srivas Pandits were coming from the opposite direction at that time. Upon seeing the Lord, Srivas began to laugh loud. So we see through Srivas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated that what is actually a devotee, who is a devotee. And Srivas exhibited all the symptoms, the topmost symptoms of Sharanagati, of surrender. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended to show compassion and mercy on the living entities of Kali Yuga. So how he is doing this, he is showing his compassion and how he is distributing his mercy. Swa Parshad Saha Avtai. He has descended with all of his associates. Swa Parshad Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori. Sa Parshad Suya Dhame Saha Avatar. Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes that along with his associates and along with his abode, he has descended here. And what is he doing? How is he distributing that mercy? He is distributing that love of Krishna. How? By teaching us the process of Sharanagati. And what is Sharanagati we discussed? Someone remember the verse? Sonika had memorized. I don't know if anyone else has memorized. Monday we spoke on it. Someone reminds, someone remembers. अनुकूलस्य संकल्पः प्रतिकूलस्य वर्धनम् रक्षसतीति यत् विश्वासो पुत्रत्व वर्णं यथा आत्मनिक्षेपकात्मन्य षड्विधा शरणागति. So we see in the life, I was meditating, I wanted to present, okay, I will present here, that all the six symptoms of surrender were fully manifested, or fully activated, or fully executed in the entire life of Srivas. So what is the first item? It is anukulasya sankalpa, to accept anything and everything which is favorable for our execution of Krishna consciousness. So he was not hesitant and little. So when Nimai Pandit, although everybody feared speaking to him, because he would insult and he would defeat everyone. But Srivas Pandit was not intimidated. When Srivas for the first time officially, formally met Nimai, what he says, by providence, Srivas Pandit from coming from the opposite direction at that time, upon seeing the Lord, she was began to laugh. तारे देखे प्रभु करी लेना नमस्कार चिरंजीवी हो बोले श्रीवास उदार. Nimai was very arrogant and very insulting to others. But for Srivas, he had very special respect. So Nimai offered obeisances to Srivas. As soon as Nimai saw the audience of Srivas Thakur, he offered obeisances to Srivas. And Srivas Thakur, he blessed him. Chiranjeevi ho, bole Srivas Uddhar. We blessed Nimai by saying, live forever. This was the benediction given by Srivas Thakur. I will not take the prayer because it will take time. I have left time and there's so much to discuss. I cannot cover even in 2-3 classes. Srivas smiled and inquired, oh, best of the arrogant. Let's see. Where are you going? Why do you uselessly waste your time by not worshipping Krishna? Why do you spend day and night simply teaching mundane knowledge? Why do people study? Education is only for understanding devotional service of Lord Krishna. Therefore, don't uselessly waste your time any longer. You have studied enough. Now you should worship Krishna. The mind smiled and said, listen, Pandit, that will certainly be done by your mercy. As if Srivas Thakur is asking all of us, most of you, why you are spending your entire life in trying to gain mundane knowledge. And when Nimai heard this, he did not resist or protest or did not try to defeat the argument of Srivas Thakur. What he said, that by your blessings this can come. So it is for the first time that Nimai Pandit, he accepted defeat or chastisement from him. We similarly see in the life of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was a very expert debater. No one could argue with him. Anyone tried, Prabhupada would squarely defeat him, left, right, and center. Nimai, when he used to see Mukunda or Gadadhar, he used to catch them, call them, and ask an argument. And whatever reply they would give, Nimai would defeat. And then based on their reply, again Nimai would argue and based on their argument, defeat his argument. So in this way, he showed exemplary prowess of learning and understanding. But for the first time, when he was chastised by Srivas, he accepted. He accepted his defeat. He not only offered obeisances, but he accepted defeat. And he agreed to reform. So we see after that, Nimai Pandit is exhibiting Vidyara Vilas, the erudite scholarship. He even defeated the Digvijay Pandit, Keshav Kashmiri. Okay? So nobody had any, courage to face Nimai Pandit because he was so prominent, he was so proficient in all the Vedic literatures. But Srivas flatly told him that all your learning, all your Vedadhyan, it is all useless. The purpose of human life is to perform devotional service. If you are not performing devotional service, your life is a waste. This had a very big impact on the heart. And then we see Jagannath Mishra passes away, and after Jagannath Mishra passes away, Nimai had to go to offer his Shraddh ceremony. He goes to Gaya. And when he goes to Gaya, he meets Ishwarpuri, his spiritual master. And he takes initiation and he becomes mad. He's completely transformed. He is mad in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha. Now he is Krishna, trying to find Krishna. When he comes back, and this news comes to Srivas that Nimai has completely transformed. From the arrogant, erudite scholar, he has become a humble Vaishnava. So Srivas is very pleased, very happy. And we see what happens is that Nimai, he exhibits the symptoms, the various symptoms of ecstasy. And in that ecstasy, he becomes unconscious many times. So his mother, Sachi Devi, she is very worried. She is very worried. There are many reasons for that. Her elder son, Vishnu, he has already left home and taken sannyas. Her husband, Jagannath Mishra, passed away. That is why Nimai went to perform Shraddh ceremony. And her only son left Nimai. Now he is behaving as if he has become a husband.
Well,
So she is very, very disturbed. She does not know what to do. One day she calls upon Srivas and she said that my son, after he has returned from Gaya, he has completely become mad. And I don't know what to do. You please help me to find out what has happened to him. And whatever remedy you suggest, I will accept it. So Srivas comes to the house of Sachi Devi. And when he sees the transcendental ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feeling separation from Krishna and exhibiting those ecstatic symptoms. So Srivas tells Sachi Devi that you are very fortunate that your son has achieved the state of pure and alloyed love for Krishna. And I wish if I can also have the same disease. So in this way he pacified Sachi Devi also. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started his Sankirtan movement, he chose the house of Srivas Thakur as his performing place. We see in Krishna Lila that Krishna is born in Mathura, Devaki and Vasudeva. Krishna avatara yena Vasudeva ghare yate kavihara sabe mandira mandire. But what happens is, even after taking birth in Mathura, the same night he leaves Mathura and he comes to Gokul. He grows up in Gokul and he performs all the pastimes, all the pleasure pastimes in the house of Nanda and Yashoda. So similarly, although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is born in the house of Sachi Jagannath, but he performs all his major pastimes, all the important pastimes in the house of Srivas. Such is the pure devotion of Srivas. So, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was admonished, when he was criticized, that what is the use of this study? Why you are studying all this grammar? Why you are wasting your time? And the mind says that okay, by your blessing one day I will also become a big devotee. And these people will want to have association with. And he does that. After coming back from there, he closes his school. And he always speaks about Krishna. And one day he calls Srivas and tells that on next day we will perform Nam Sankirtan. Of this Kali Yuga. And it will be closed doors. And no one is permitted to come from your side. So in this way, Mahaprabhu inaugurated the Sankirtan movement in the house of Srivas Thakur, which is called Srivas Agar. Even today, if we go, Srivas Agar, the original structure is preserved there after almost 500 years. And Mahaprabhu used to perform Kirtan at the entire night. Entire night they used to perform. And not anyone and everyone was allowed. No one was allowed. It was only invitation by approval of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Srivas would not have invite anyone. Only the most confidential associates like Nityanand Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, Haridas, Murari Gupta, Mukunda, Damodar, they were only allowed. Others, everyone was kept aside. Even the family members of Srivas were not allowed. And every night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to perform Kirtan. Just imagine, every night your boss comes with his gang and they say, out, you get out of your house. Prepare all good food for us, prasadam for us, and you all get out. Until what time? Till entire night. Okay, one day you may tolerate, 2 days you may tolerate. It went on for years. And one day what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, he was singing. His associate was singing and he was dancing. And he was not feeling the ecstasy, he was not feeling the bliss of Sankirtan. So he called Srinivas and said, Srivas, what is it? That today I am not feeling the presence of Lord Krishna in Kirtan. I am not getting the vibrations of the Supreme Lord. What has happened? Shiva says, nothing, my dear Lord. Everything is for your service. And then one of the associates find out that the ladies inside the house, they are crying. Mahaprabhu says, why the ladies are crying? Because we have taken their house. Are they crying for this? Mahaprabhu did not say that. Who will cry? But I remember in my life, I can never forget. We had a get together in the house of one devotee. It was 2.5 floor house. The ground floor was fully done, constructed, 4 or 5 rooms. First floor also had 4 or 5 rooms. And the top floor had only one room set. One room, one living room, and toilet and kitchen. 30 devotees came in his house. Not 1 or 2. And out of the 30, 25 would be saffron devotees. And what they did, I had gone to meet them. And what the owner of the house did, he was also a devotee. So he had rented the top floor to his friend. So he shifted in that rented area. The entire ground floor, entire first floor was given to devotees. For not 1 or 2 days, 15 days. That was some service, very special service. And without any complaint, and the tenant also, he also became a devotee. And both the Matajis, day and night, they were cooking for devotees. It is still happening even today. It is not roasted cooks. And the other tenant, she had a small baby, 6-month-old baby. They were also not performed. So anyway, so every night this kirtan was happening and the ladies were crying. So Mahaprabhu sent one of his associates and find out that why the ladies are crying. So it was reported back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told that Shiva's son has died. Shiva's only son has passed away, he's died. And the mothers, they are weeping their crying. And Shivas went in before and told them that if your voice reaches and disturbs Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kirtan, I will also leave my life. I will go and drown in my Ganges. Not a voice should come out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to that site where the son of Shivas was lying dead. And Mahaprabhu said that why did you not tell me, Shivas, that your son has died? That it is insignificant, my lord. I can sacrifice 100 sons. I have only one. But I will never ever want to disturb your son. Your service, your worship. That's a very nice conversation which is written. I don't have time, but I have read it many times. Very inspiring. The exchange which is exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Shivas, from today, you have not lost one son, but you have two sons. Both me and Nityanand are your eternal sons. And we promise that we will never leave. And Mahaprabhu says, and don't worry, I will call this son back. Remember in Krishna Lila what Krishna did? Who remembers? Yes, Priyanka, आपको पता है? Krishna Lila. Krishna Lila, Krishna's teacher is Sandipani Muni. And Sandipani Muni had a son who was taken back. He died premature. And Sandipani Muni, in his Guru Dakshina, he asked for his son. He said, I know that you, Krishna and Balram, you are the supreme person. Will you please bestow my son back? And Krishna and Balram, they bring the son back. But that was the desire, that was the demand of Sandipani. But Shivas never demanded. He said that what to speak of one son, I can sacrifice hundreds of sons. Yes. Manas deha geha jo kichu more arpilu tua pade. No attachment. Attachment only one. That is the attachment to peace, to serve the Supreme. And Mahaprabhu calls his son back. Then he comes. That's a very nice exchange. The son said, Mahaprabhu said that why did you leave Shivas? Why did you leave father, your father? And this passed away son, when he comes back, he says, which father? Father of this body? There have been so many bodies and so many fathers in my existence. Everything is temporary. The purpose of this body is to reach your lotus feet. Now that we have given the opportunity, the purpose of my life is fulfilled. Very nice exchange there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they became the eternal sons of Shivas. And they used to continue to perform. And that son departed. The son then left. He seek permission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he left. And Mahaprabhu allowed him to go. And when Nityananda Prabhu came back, actually, you know, the backdrop. When Nityananda Prabhu came from his pilgrimage, from his Tirthatan back to Navadip for the first time, and he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he had no place of residence in Navadip. So Srivas Thakur took him to his house. Nityanand Prabhu is how many years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who remembers? Dinesh ji? Many times we have discussed this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Mahaprabhu was born in 1486.
Yes. Very good. I am asking how many years before Mahaprabhu Nityanand Prabhu appeared? So many times we have discussed. Today I told how many years before Mahaprabhu Srivas Thakur appeared?
30 years Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay, Sarika has done the calculation. Calculation is right. Sarika has done or Kana is there with you?
Prabhuji,
Anyway, 12 years. But he was an Avadut. Avadut means, what devotee was explaining, that who is able to wash away the contamination of all the three modes. He was eccentric. He did not eat on his own. The wife of Srivas Pandit Malini Devi, she used to cook and feed Nityanand. He could not even, take bath. This was the Avadut pastime. Madman. Nityanand Prabhu always played the role of a madman. So he stayed in the house of Srivas Thakur. Mahaprabhu used to perform the Nam Sankirtan. So one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls Srivas and asks him that Srivas, you have such a big family. You have your wife and children, and you have to support the family of four of your brothers. You are the eldest. Lanina has already passed away. And I never ever see you going out and doing any business or work. Nor do you do any job. So how do you support such a large family? So many family members are there, so many servants are there, so many other caretakers are there. So how do you support the family when you don't earn? I never see you going out and doing any work. So after being inquired and asked or insisted many times, what Srivas did, Srivas Thakur clapped. Clapped. Mahaprabhu said, I did not understand. I am asking you, what is your source of earning? What is your source of income? How are you feeding so many? And every day we are bringing so many associates. And every night we are performing kirtan. And you are preparing so much prasad for us. Where is the money coming from? How you are managing everything? And Srivas again claps. 1, 2, 3. Mahaprabhu says, Srivas, I am asking you, where are you getting the resources from? Who is bringing the money for you? And Srivas says, Rakshashati yati vishwasho putritva varanavyatha. He said that, my dear Lord, I am completely dependent on you. And you have said in Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesham nityam yuktana yogashemam vahami. I think it is 9.2. But those who are Ananyas chintayanto, those who are completely dedicated to their mind, words, and actions, and they are engaged in worshipping me. Worshipping me with love and devotion. Tesham nitya viyukta. Constantly, nitya, without any interval. Abhiyuktana, without any selfish motive, desire. To such devotees, yoga shevam, I take the body. I preserve what they have and I provide what they have, or I provide what they require. He said, I have nothing to do. And I have this faith that for 3 days, if you don't maintain me, I, along with my entire family, will tie a pot around our neck and go and drown in it. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he roared and he very loudly declared, what you are saying, Srivas, that for 3 days, if you are not provided with food, you will go to the Ganga and drown. He said, it will never happen. It can never happen. What can happen is that even the Lakshmi Devi may have to go and beg. But for you, there will be never ever any shortage. And this blessing in Shiva's life, not once, but 2 times Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To show, to demonstrate that whoever is following in the footsteps of Shiva's Thakur, dedicating his life, his devotion, his dedication, and complete dependence. The Lord is completely taking the responsibility. And all the pastimes, the first exhibition of Krishna Prem, that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary personality, was manifested in again Shiva's anger. And who was the person? Who was the personality to whom Mahaprabhu showed his Prem Prakash? It's to the 4-year-old niece of Shiva's, Narayana. For the first time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited the aesthetic symptom and he bestowed love of Krishna to Narayana. Once time is over, what to do? Beyond it. And I have to do a lot of service. 1 or 2 more pastimes I will share with you. Although Shiva's Angan is the most happening place. It is like Braj Bhumi, that Krishna performed so many of his most absorbing pastimes. Narayani was given the love of Krishna, the first person who was bestowed the love. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his Narsimha roop, what happened, because Kirtan was being performed every night in the house of Srivas. Some people went and complained to Qazi, the Muslim ruler. And he said Srivas and his friends, they are making a mockery of our religion. Whole night they are shouting, crying, and dancing. They don't sleep and they don't make any other sleep. So we wanted to stop there. And the Qadi was already having this desire because he was very much frustrated with Haridas Thakur, who himself a Muslim had become one of the greatest chanters. So he tells Nawab, Qadi is like a district magistrate, and Nawab is like the chief minister. He tells Nawab to send his soldiers so that what they can do, they can arrest Srivas and break his house where this event is happening. So Srivas becomes a little disturbed. And what he does, along with his family member, he closes his house. And he has a Narasimha picture. He is praying to Narasimha for protection. When he's praying to Narasimha for protection, he hears the big bang on his gate. He hears the loud roar of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that, open Srivas, open Srivas. It is me whom you are asking, I have come. And in short, when Srivas opens and he sees Lord Chaitanya did nothing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibits his full nursing. And he assures Srivas and tells him that the Nawab or the Qazi cannot touch you. Even if their entire army comes, they cannot touch you. That's a very nice conversation. And Mahaprabhu challenges, and he says that I will make each and every soldier chant in dance. Don't worry. So in this way we see there are many pastimes. Most of the pastimes that happen in Srivas. Like Krishna's most sweetest pastimes are where? In Brajbhumi. In the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda. And Srivas was very humble. He was insulted, he was offended, he was attempted to be defamed, but he never protested. Never ever protested. So we see complete dependence, all the 6 symptoms. So he was sankalpasya anukulasya sankalpa. What was all favorable to Krishna Bhakti, he would accept at any cost. At partikulasya bhajana. What was an obstacle, what was worldly affair, he had no trust. Rakshashati iti vishvaso, and he had full faith and confidence. So in this way we see the exemplary life of Srivas Pandit. There is one verse which I had seen. There are many verses in glory of Srivas Thakur. But one verse we have learned with. It is there, you can also share with me. You can all pray today to Srivas Thakur that the kind of devotion, dedication, determination he has to serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we can get a fraction of it, our life will become successful. Okay, I'll read. We hear. It says, Bhagwanera bhaktayati Srivasa pradhan dasavara pada padme sahasra pana. Bhagwanera bhaktayati. Amongst all the pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, Srivasa pradhan. Srivas Thakur is the foremost. Amongst all the devotees of Lord Vishnu, of Lord Krishna, Bhagwanera bhaktayati Srivasa pradhan. Srivas Thakur is the most prominent. He is the leader of everyone. Tasavara padma padma sahasra. So I offer my millions of respects and obeisances to the feet of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur Avirvav Viti Mahamotsav ki. Someone wants to say something, to share, please speak. From Srivas Thakur's life. क्या वो आवाज आनी बंद हो गई क्या? Only one way that I am speaking. Very powerful position. Pure devotee taken by Srivas Thakur. And how he's serving. By utilizing all his resources. Service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, I did not receive any response from your side. I will end today. And to pray to Srila Srivas Thakur, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivas Adi. Srivas Adi. Adi means the beginning. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Amongst all the Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, there are how many Gaura Bhakta Vrinda? Innumerable. Srivas is the first. Srivas Adi. Gaura Bhakta. Srivas Thakur having all the things. Chaitanya Chaitanya Priya, Upasthit Srivas.